Welcome back to Mission Possible. We're here at William Carey University. I'm Agent Dr. Alan Bonner. I've worked here at William Carey for going on 13 years. I work in the Office of Student Assistance. If you guys decided to come to Carey, you would know that our Office of Student Assistant helps with disability services, career services, counseling, academic advising, all kinds of different helpful things. But one thing we do is work with students on career skills and how to interview. Now, all of you that are participating in this mission are on different paths. But one thing that's going to tie you all together is that one day you'll have to interview in some way, shape, or form. So today, what we're going to do for this mission is we are going to have some mock interviews with some William Carey University students. So today's mission Get Hired, is that we're going to make sure that you know how to have a proper introduction, have a good first impression, and develop your story and find your strengths. So let's jump into our first mock interview. Hi.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
You got a nice office in here. I like it. You got a nice little view. I like what you have going on here.
I appreciate it. You're Dex, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I like my office too. Thank you for noticing. So what makes you interested in working at William Carey University?
Well, I saw the little help wanted sign and I decided I might as well come on by.
Gotcha. Okay. So not really any direct ties or interest. You just saw the sign and
Just saw the sign.
just came on in. Okay. Well, you're honest. So that's a good quality.
Quite honest.
Right. It sounds like it. Now, what about any relevant experience? Have you had any job or work experience that would make you qualified for the position?
I mean, I have some experience, but not working as this.
Okay.
Or working in this vicinity.
Gotcha. So I'll probably just see how you work if you get the job. We'll just see how it goes, huh? Okay. Did you bring a resume where it has like what you listed out as your previous activities or clubs or jobs?
I mean, what do I need a resume for if I'm already here?
It's a good question. Okay, legitimate question. So again, with the honesty. Now, what about how you handle stress? So even if you haven't had work experience, you probably have had stressful situations. So how do you handle those, or how would you handle those on the job?
I just take some time to chill, just procrastinate a little on some work experiments and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. So you procrastinate. That's good to know. Now, what about computers? So as far as doing day-to-day functions, you would work with people, but you'd also work with computers. Are you pretty skilled with software?
Yeah, with the social medias, of course.
Okay. So more like, social media,
socials,
Facebook,
yes.
Snapchat, that kind of thing. Now, typing documents or budgets?
I type papers all the time. I got it.
Okay. Well, so you're in school. What's your area of study?
Oh, it's biology.
Okay. Good grades? I assume?
They're mediocre.
Okay. All right. So let's see here. What about strengths and weaknesses? Do you have any?
Well, I acquire all the talents. I got all the goods, so.
Okay. So mostly strengths.
Mm-hmm.
Not any areas that you could work upon to
No
better
weaknesses at all. I got it.
yourself? Okay. So if we hired you, we would just not have any issues?
No problems
We got
at
it in the
all.
bag. Okay. Now what about organization? How do you stay organized?
I just put it all together and get it handled.
Okay. But not specific calendar, notebook, Post-its?
I don't need it.
It's just all...
It's all up here.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I appreciate you coming in. Do you have any questions for me?
When do I get paid? How much are we getting paid?
Well, so we'll need to go through our interview processes and we'll contact you about the pay.
So I already got the job.
No.
You saying I already got the job?
No, you're very nice, but right now we're still going through interviews, and so we'll let you know if you get the job.
I'm gonna tell my mom I got the job.
Well, I heard your phone buzzing, but I wasn't sure if she was trying to call you or
Yeah,
not.
she was definitely trying to call me,
Okay.
but I was trying to be nice,
Right. No, I appreciate that. That was very good to not answer the phone. But yeah, we will get back with you. I can't answer that question about when we will hire you or what we'll pay you until we know that we're going to hire you.
Okay. So can I take a vacation leave before I get officially
Right
put
now,
on?
you can do whatever you want to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you take that vacation if you'd like to.
Okay.
So,
thank you.
It was good to meet you.
It was good to meet you.
Right. Yes. You too. Have a good day.
I hope you do too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Y'all, that was interesting. So there were a lot of bad examples in the interview. There may have been some good qualities. So use your workbook and write down what you thought was good and what was bad, and then later we'll unpack it and go through your workbook. And we're back. So you guys probably wrote down a lot of interesting things after that first interview. Some things that you probably noticed were, what was she wearing? How was her dress? You probably saw that really awesome handshake when she walked in. So those would be some observations that I hope you guys made. Some things also to notice, she did not bring a resume. She thought that she was so awesome that when she walked in the door, that I would just hire her on the spot. And her phone was buzzing in her pocket because she was going to tell her mama that she already got the job. So you probably had a lot of good observations. Now, some key takeaways that I want you to write down in your workbook is, number one, come prepared. So she did not come prepared. She was there, and I'm glad she showed up, but like you heard her say, she didn't even really know what the job was. She just saw the help wanted sign, so to speak. So when you come to a job, make sure that you have your resume, make sure you bring extra copies just in case the person interviewing you doesn't have a copy for some reason. Make sure that you research the company, that you know some facts, and that shows that you care about the job and that you'll do a good job and that you'll be thorough and prepared. Number two, a positive first impression. I've never met this person in my life. And so the first impression that I got from her was that she was cocky, that she thought she already had the job, that she cared more about social media and her mom than actually doing a good interview, which reflects on how she'll probably be as a professional. And that's probably not somebody that I want to hire in my company to represent me or my staff. Number three, dress appropriately. She had on decent clothing, obviously, but as far as for an interview, you need to be more professional. Blazers, suits, Oxford shirts, pantyhose. You know, think about things that one would wear to a professional meeting or to church, for example. So those are the three takeaways: come prepared, make a positive first impression, and dress appropriately. Where is this guy? Well, hey.
Hi.
I'm glad you finally decided to show up.
I got caught talking to a friend.
Gotcha. Well, thank you for coming in today. So what made you interested to actually work for William Carey University?
Well, I kind of really need a job, and I heard they were hiring, so I decided to come apply.
Okay. Have you done much research about the company, or?
Not really. I know they're a school that is pretty good, but that's all I know.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that's some good responses. So let's see here. Do you have any experience that you think would actually qualify you for the job?
I can use a computer pretty well. I think most people here use computers a lot.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, what about your work ethic? How do you handle stress?
I don't get stressed super easily. I'm laid back.
Okay. Any specific ways you handle stress? This job will require you to work with people. Sometimes you'll have some interactions that might end up making you anxious, just because it's about all customer service. So how would you specifically handle a stressful situation?
I don't really know. I haven't worked with people much before, just on my own.
Okay, so not much job experience before
No.
this point. Do you have any strengths or weaknesses?
I don't really know what would be helpful for this job. I don't.
Well, I was hoping to learn more about you. You mentioned computer skills.
I can use a computer well. Talking with other people may not be my strong suit, but
Okay.
I could maybe work on that a little bit.
Okay. Right. Now, what about organization? Are you an organized person?
I'm organized in my own way. I kind of leave things where they are, but I know where they are, so it doesn't really matter.
Tell me how you're organized. Like, do you use a calendar?
I tend to just try and remember things, and it seems to go okay.
So today, for example, you were late. Is that a normal issue for you?
I wouldn't say it's normal, but it happens from time to time.
Did you use your calendar?
No,
Okay, gotcha. That may help.
maybe.
Well, do you have any questions for me?
I don't think so. I kind of just wanted to come in and see what the job was going to be like.
All right. Well, we will get back with you. I think I've gotten all the information that I need. So, woo. All right, you guys, you know the drill. So use your workbook and write down the pros and the cons of the interview, whatever you observed, and we'll unpack this in just a minute. So we're back from our second interview. Andrew. So Andrew did not even realize that he was really interviewing for a job. I mean, he obviously wanted to be there, but he didn't care what the job was. So you noticed in the first interview that Dex gave me a high five. Well, with Andrew, he walked in. Well, he was late. He was not prompt, which is a terrible sign for when you're looking for someone to hire in your company. So definitely be punctual. But also, he did not give me a handshake. So hopefully you guys also observed some of these qualities and wrote that down in your workbook. For number 4, the first line that you need to fill in is know yourself and have pride. So Andrew did not seem very confident. He didn't really know how he would do on the job. And that's part of what this mission, hopefully you'll accomplish, is finding your story and knowing yourself, because the interviewer wants to hear about that. And what are your strengths and what can you bring to the company? So number 4, know yourself and be proud of yourself. Number 5, pay attention to the interviewer, but also to your own nonverbal skills. So make sure that when you are being interviewed by somebody that you're giving them good eye contact, that you're sitting up straight, that you're not cocky, but that you're confident in who you are. So sit up straight, have open posture, and give good eye contact. Number 6, answering questions. Andrew, bless his heart, was just having a hard time actually answering all the questions. He didn't even know about himself. He did not prepare, he didn't research the company, and he just did not have computer skills as far as what we would need for the company. So he needed to do more preparation and study harder for answering questions during the interview. Now, number 7, have questions prepped. The person interviewing you is going to be so impressed when you actually have shown that you've done research about the company and that you care enough to actually ask about what's the hiring process like, or what would a day-to-day function be for me if I get the job. So that was interview 2, now interview 3. Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What's your name?
My name is Madison Polk.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. I brought an extra resume.
Oh, wow.
for
Thank you. I would love one, yes.
Thank you.
I have one here, but sometimes I have forgotten them before, so this is very helpful. So what made you interested in working at William Carey University?
Well, I know that William Carey, y'all have produced doctors, teachers, nurses, and psychologists, and I wanted to be a part of an environment that produces substantial members of the community.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you've done your research. You know about William Carey. That's great. Well, do you have any relevant experience that would make you good for this administrative assistant position?
Well, I was actually the administrative assistant for the president at USM. So I was the administrative assistant for 3 years.
Wow, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So you probably have a lot of computer skills?
Yes, I can work with Excel, Word, PowerPoint, anything you need me to work with.
Okay, no, that's really great. This job does require a lot of, you're helping me stay organized, so you'll be using the computer a lot and answering emails, answering the phone. How are you with verbal skills and interacting with students or customers?
Oh, that was a lot of what I had to do at USM, so I've got plenty of experience in that. I'm very good at it. I learned a lot over there, so I'm pretty sure I'll be proficient in
those areas?
Yes.
That's great. Do you have any strengths or weaknesses?
My strengths are I can work well with others and I get my work done in a timely manner. And my weaknesses is that I don't know how to stop working when I need to stop working.
Okay. So. Gotcha. I'll try to help let you know. We don't want to overwork you. So what about organization? Do you have any specific ways that you stay organized on the job?
Yes, I like to label things so I know if I need them, I know exactly where to go to get them, or if somebody else needs them, I can point them to where they need to get them.
Okay. Now you mentioned USM, you already have your degree. What was it, what area was it in?
It was in communications.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay, that's great. Now do you have any questions for me?
I want to know what exactly would the environment be like working here? Do y'all have different protocols, different from USM, or what can I expect?
We can talk more about that. So on a day-to-day basis, it's an 8 to 5 job. You would have a desk, and so we would expect you to answer the phone. You would obviously have a lunch hour. And like I was saying earlier, you'll do a lot of computer work, a lot of customer interaction. So probably pretty similar to what you did at USM. Any other questions?
That was all that
The most important one?
That was the most important one that I had.
Well, I'm so glad you came in. I really appreciate it. If you have any more questions, feel free to reach back out. But we'll let you know how we decide to proceed.
Thank you for interviewing me.
Yes, you're welcome. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys, so take 1 minute and write down your observations and write down how did Madison do? So we're back after interview 3, and Madison did such a great job. So I hope you guys wrote down some good observations from her interview. So Madison came in and she was confident, but she wasn't cocky. She gave me a good, firm handshake, and I could just tell from the handshake that she was confident and that she knew who she was. So one thing that we need to write down for number 8 is homework. Make sure you do your homework about the company. And I brought this up in the other 2 interviews, but it was so impressive when I asked her about why she wanted to work for William Carey University. She was able to talk about the degree programs and give me a really solid answer on why she was interested in William Carey. Unlike Dex and Andrew, she didn't just see the help wanted sign, so to speak, or she didn't just need a job just to make ends meet. She actually wanted to work at William Carey specifically. So that would be number 8, to do your homework about the company. Number 9, stay positive and be professional. So the whole time Madison was happy, she was in a good mood. Again, she gave me the solid handshake and she sat up straight, but she just seemed really amiable and pleasant. So make sure that during your interview that you stay positive and professional, and if you need to, take a second and breathe. Sometimes it's helpful just to talk yourself through a question. So whatever they ask you, sometimes you can rephrase the question back and audibly think through it, and that whether they realize it or not, that gives you a second to actually form a better answer than saying or being caught off guard. Now, number 10, follow up. It's always so important, and it's that extra step that after your interview, soon after, make sure you write a thank you note or follow up in some way to inquire about the position, when should you hear something, and just express that you were so appreciative and you enjoyed being interviewed and the experience. Now, the last tip that's so important is practice. Just any opportunity you have at school, practicing with a friend or some kind of professional, somebody you trust, that's just the biggest tip, is to practice. And that way it kind of removes those initial jitters and anxiety for when you actually have your first formal interview. Well, that's it. That's a wrap. So you are now at the end of the journey for Mission Get Hired. We are so proud of everybody watching Mission Possible, and thank you so much for staying focused and not getting distracted. You guys have a really bright future ahead of you, and we're so proud of all of you. Make sure in order to accomplish the mission that you scan the QR code and fill out the field report. But again, we thank you all for watching, and best of luck.